Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Hopefully you all can hear me. There's a lot of waves crashing in the background, and I love the sound of it. I'm down at Virginia Beach right now. Feels pretty good. I thought it was cold. Thought I would catch that sun coming up, but did not. It's all right. But it's beautiful. I just wanted to say, man, being grateful, is a necessary component in happiness. Being grateful. Like, this is beautiful. After doing 25 years in prison, man, like when I say this is the stuff that I dreamed of, As a matter of fact, while I'm out here, I'm gonna probably write on the sand, free somebody, because I remember when I was locked up, one of my guys got out, a guy named, we used to call him OG, he was a guy from California, and he got out and he wrote on the sand, free Khalid, and I remember he sent the picture to me. I still got it. And it just kind of made me smile, like, okay, you thinking about me, man, and you ain't got to. You on a beach, man, you free, but you thinking about your brother, man. So I'm grateful, man, to the Most High for all those that love and care for me. I'm grateful for being able to wake up. I'm grateful for being able to help people when and where I can. I'm grateful for freedom. I'm grateful to see so many of those comrades and brothers that I rock with free and sisters free. I'm grateful to see people helping people. Gratitude, something that we really overlook, something that most of us don't understand. We think gratitude is saying thank you. Nah, gratitude is a lifestyle. Gratitude is action, right? And so when I say I'm grateful for a lot of people, I am. When I say I want to do and be more, I do. And that is my aim. I wanted to say briefly, though, trying to find one's lane. I remember hearing that phrase, stay in your lane, right? And so, you're always like, man, what's somebody's lane, Because everybody has a different personality, a different character. Everybody has a different thought process. And so you ask yourself, what is my lane? I remember when I first was incarcerated, like many and most, I played cards at the tables, and I sat back and I talked about, street stuff. You know what I'm saying? I focused on those things because the focus on the reality that I would likely be facing a long, long time behind bars was too harsh to face. So what we do is we occupy our time, with what we know. And that's sitting around talking about go-go's, familiar spots, familiar people, what we could have did if we did that, and what we should have did if we, So I did that. I didn't have the temperament for it. I done got in a couple fights because sitting at card tables or playing what we call tabletops, a lot of people don't understand how to talk, to people. So I found out long ago that that's just not me. That's not my lane. But again, when you're trying to find your lane, you're trying to find a place of peace, a place of comfort, a place hopefully where you find purpose. That is a difficult thing, because when you first get locked up, that's not, your lane is like many other lanes, man. Just trying to find a way to distract yourself from the harsh realities. Then eventually you grow and you mature, hopefully. And in doing so, your lane shifts. Or rather, you shift lanes. So you're no longer in that lane of silliness. Let's smoke, let's talk, drink, wild out. Let's fight every day. Let's talk about neighborhoods and go-go's and trivial matters, distracting us from the harsh realities, right? Nah, you begin to say, why did I get locked up? So you face that. You begin to accept responsibility. And that is a weight unto itself for the crimes that we've committed. So you have to sit there and wrestle with that. So when you do that, you shift lanes and you find a lane where you find those who are in that, sort of mind space, who are growing, who are evolving. And you find that, among brothers and, sisters, wherever you are, you find that. You find people who are in that lane. In the art of war, Sun Tzu said water seeks its own level. You know, the Bible, birds of a feather flock together. And so, throughout history, wise people have always recognized that your lane is usually with those who have similar thought. That's what makes you family. You know, blood, and my man, one of my brothers said that blood makes you relative. Family, is what bonds you. So you see, like right here, I'm on Virginia Beach, and I see a lot of people running. You see, they have I think it's, what's that thing called? St. Patrick's Day. They got a march/marathon going on this weekend. That makes them family. You know what I'm saying? Those who participate, because if someone falls out, a lot of the runners are going to stop and they're going to go aid that marathon runner, because in that moment, they're family. If a police officer passes, all of them, they drop the flag, they cover their badge with the black strip of tape, and they all are in mourning. Not everybody feels the exact same way, right? But a lot of them feel that way. That's family. So when I was locked up, that was my thing. That's why you hear a lot of people getting beat up in prison, because they're actually in someone else's lane. I've seen guys gamble that shouldn't be at a gambling table. They gamble because they got money, and they gamble because they may be good at it, but they don't know that the guys that they're gambling with aren't gamblers as much as they're goons trying to gamble, right? You got people that's rolling dice, man, that ain't got a soup in the cell, but they rolling dice because they rolled it on the street, but they had a gun on them. They had a knife on them. So in prison, they rolling dice against guys that's getting $100, $200, $300 every month. And so what you think gonna happen when 3-4 guys that have nothing lose the little bit that they have, a chip, a soup, a deodorant, to a guy that gets $200, $300, $400, $500? I've seen this. What do you think happens? They team up against that one. They even fight him. They call it bucking. They buck on his money. They don't give him his money. And they might run up in his cell and take everything because they hate losing. 1, 2, he's in their lane, or are they in his lane? But those lanes have crossed, and now, something has got to give. I've seen that. I've seen guys get beat up. I've known guys, as I've said in other videos, that got raped, because you have guys that come in and they're not thugs, they're not goons, they're not gangsters. They haven't lived a lifestyle of constant treachery, constant violence, constant mayhem. They haven't. Some guys are from the rural environment. Some guys are from inner city environment, just reserved, laid back, peaceful guys. Just got caught on the humble, caught on the snag, hanging with the wrong crowd for that moment, that evening, that morning, that night, that day. And now they got a rack of time, and what they do, they go in and they're sitting around talking about, I had the gun on me and I was like ready to bust off and whoop-de-whoop. And the goons, the gangsters, they predators too. And they listen. And they like, oh yeah, so when you had that burning, you was gonna do what with it? You was gonna blaze? Oh yeah, my nigga, oh, you nice with it, yeah. But all the while they using their elbows and shrugging each other. You ever seen somebody do that? Like shrug somebody, bump them, nudge them. Yeah, they do that. And they plotting. And when the guy walks off, like, yeah, he thought he done told a story. He thought at the end of that conversation, he blended. Yeah, he won, he's accepted. Nah, the goons, they get together and they say, man, dude, sweet, man. Dude, faking like hell, man. Dude ain't about that life, man. And you know what they do? They go get him. Somehow, some way, and in one form or another, they go get him. Staying in the lane, being in our own lane. What is our lane? And so since I've been home, I found that a problem. My lane. I go into detail sometime, and I won't go into too many now, but I say this. It's hard finding my lane out here with people, with family. I know guys that I've done time with that were tight with me on the inside. Tight with me, talk to me, walk the yard with me, but out here, I don't get a phone call from them. And honestly, it's not because I'm anything special. Some of them don't call because I don't drink. I just don't. It ain't, I don't knock people that drink, what I'm saying? Just be in control, you know what I'm saying? But I don't knock people that drink, sip, go ahead, do you. But I don't want to go to clubs, because I'm in there for what? I'm in there, it's tight, it's compact, people smoking, people drinking, people brushing up against you, some by accident, some ain't gonna say excuse me or apologize. I don't need that. For what? You know what I'm saying? I don't miss nothing. I love music. I listen to music in my phone, my car, my iPod. I don't need to go to no club, listen to no music. That's just not my lane. But because I don't do these things, I don't get phone calls from, people I rock with. People, I mean, that really, you know what I'm saying? Some guys, I got out and kept it real with them, man. Let them call me. I checked on them. Yeah. But I'm not in their lane and they're not in my lane. And I have to understand that. And even in, fam, I left, family was one way. Family was in each other's face a lot. Family, was around each other a lot. Family loved each other. Family, the word meant something. The word family meant something. The word love meant something. The word sisterhood meant something. Godparent meant something. Brotherhood meant something. Father, mother. I'm not saying everybody understood it that way, but it meant something. Everybody watching this is watching movies where we've heard, God, I'm going to get my brother. And those brothers came because they were going to aid their kin some way. I'm going to get my cousins. And those cousins came because family required that assistance, right? Family checked on grandma, the movie Soul Food. It was about that. It was about family sitting at a table, the Medea movies, the Cosby Show back in the day, even, Good Times. And they were trying to get us to understand the value of family, because no matter what JJ and them got into, man, they father was at it. When them gangbangers was trying to get at JJ, the father went out there with them. When Michael was going through it, knowledge of self, he started reading the Muhammad Speaks newspaper and telling his mom that Jesus wasn't white according to the Bible, The father said, hang that black picture up of Jesus, right? These were the shows, man, the movies. These were the ideals that were set before us. But today, the mentality is, let me do me and you do you. Man, that is a painful concept to a people who come from the mindset that it takes a tribe to raise a child. And it's hard for me, man, because even for those that know me, I was a family man before I got locked up, despite my flaws. And since I'm home, a family man, as best I can be a family man. But everybody doesn't see things the same way. So I have to understand my lane. I can't push people to be family. I can't push people to love the streets, love the communities. I've talked to people, man, brothers and sisters, like, look, man, let's do this in the street. Let's do this in the community. Let's work. And of course, I do what I can by myself. Don't get me wrong. But trying to find people of like mind, and people say, oh, they're in the church. I'm Muslim, so they're in the mosque and they're here, they're there. Man, listen, you'd be surprised how far and few they are. Look at these streets. Killings in these inner cities are treacherous, are terrible. But why? When every Sunday the churches are packed, the mosques are packed. Why are the streets so dismal when the spiritual people are in abundance on Sunday? Why aren't we being fueled or directed into the streets? Isn't that the purpose of having light, is to go to the darkness or to have it blaze in the darkness? But people don't understand lanes. You got people who want to do good and they're being boxed out of those lanes. You got people who don't care to do good in those lanes because they get money, because they're good at fooling people. I noticed that. And it's the same way in prison. It's the same way in prison. I found, man, when I was the coordinator for the nation at the prisons I was in, Nottoway, Greensville, Virginia, I used to try to include everybody. I've had functions, man, where I had brothers from church, Moore Science Temple, the Al-Islam community. I had people from all over speaking at our function. I've been invited to speak maybe at one other function. But everybody willingly jumped on my invitation. But they didn't invite me. Why? And I wouldn't go to anybody else's format or platform and beat my religious ideology into nobody's mind. No. Ego is what hurts us as a people. And I say this often. Ego kills us. You have this situation in Ukraine going on, and I hate the thought. I hate the thought of invasion. I don't know the history of things. I don't know, the history. China is eyeballing Taiwan, right? America has eyeballed countries. And so I don't know the histories of these countries. I can't speak on too many politics except to say that it hurts my heart to see kids. And I was watching the news yesterday, I saw kids making sandbags, preparing, the Ukraine, some of the areas where the water was from invasions, man. And to see them out there laughing, to keeping their spirits up. But they know it's coming. They know bombs are coming. They know relatives are about to die. So my heart goes out to innocent people, man. It does, And so though I'm blessed to be out here, to witness the mighty, the majesty, man, just a pinch of God's beauty, I still think about the world. I still think about what's going on, man. It's hard to be in paradise and feel like you're in paradise because, like I say, the weight of the world is on the shoulders of good people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I speak for good people, man. I speak for those people sitting at home wishing a family member would call them and check on them. But they do everything for fam, I speak for the person in the church talking, but the congregation ain't there. Why? Because they talking about real live issues. They're telling the people, let's work together. Let's clean these streets up, man. Let's be a little more modest. Let's help each other. Let's love each other. See, that's not the church that's going to be filled. The church that's going to be filled is, okay, let's talk about that religion, that group, that church. Let's talk about everybody else. Let's not look in the mirror. See, that church going to be filled. So for those pastors, men and women, those ministers, men and women, those imams, clergy, those family members, those teachers, those good people who do what they do because they truly care. I speak for them because it's a lonely world. And we always ask, I said, what's our lane? The Bible says that the road to hell is wide and its occupants are plentiful, but the road to heaven is narrow and its occupants are few. And so, and I'm not where I want to be. So don't take this as no judgmental speech or anything by me. Nah, just understand that I feel for the good. And I say, keep striving. Keep striving. Strive hard. Work hard. Somebody said, man, if they don't invite you to your table, make your own and eat good. I like that. Problem with good people is, man, we don't want to eat alone. We want to eat with everybody. And not in a bad way. We want family at the table. We want friends at the table, man. I don't want to be a millionaire and my people suffering. Those I love suffering, I'm going to share. And anybody know me, I've given my last dollar in prison, before prison, and outside. I'm going to give my last, man. But finding the lane is important. And you may not find the peace you want in that lane because it may be lonely. It may not be what it's in your mind, what it should look like, right? But when you lay down at night, ask yourself, are you comfortable doing what you know you striving to do? Are you okay with that? And if you are, it's likely your lane, and that's all right. The Most High gonna help you. He ain't gonna leave you by yourself. He ain't gonna leave you stranded. And so, like I say, man, for those out there trying to fit in, don't worry about it. Good people shouldn't be trying to fit in unless it's with good people. Even though we help others, man, don't overlook one another. See, I've noticed that too about good folk. We too busy looking for other people to be real with us, and hell, we ignoring those who just as real as us. So think about that, right? I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all check on me. Y'all ask me how I'm doing. Y'all watch my videos. Y'all subscribe. Y'all share. And y'all say you find worth in my words and, my pieces, and I thank you for that. I ain't one for flash and flare, man. It's from the heart, uncut, raw, real life. You see it on my face sometimes. You see it when I'm happy. You see it when I'm sad. You see it when I'm struggling. But you see it, and I thank you for it. I did want to say I was blessed to be a part of a project. I don't have it in my hand now. But if you go to Amazon, please go to Amazon and look up Black Connections Magazine. I was blessed to be a part of helping put together a magazine, man, for returning citizens, man. And I thank, my lady, Sandra, she actually is the owner of Black Connection CEO. And, she used her platform. She used her abilities, her, everything at her disposal to help bring this magazine into fruition. So it's a real magazine with 28, 29 stories of returning citizens having done ample time, and they out working. I'm in the magazine. Like I said, I was helpful in putting it together. And I ask that you all, man, whoever watches this, because in it are stories. There's one brother that did 35 years. He's been home for 2, 3, and he has his own clothing label. There's one young guy. He did like 13 years, and he has his own clothing label called Bully, Bulli, Be Unique, Live Life Intelligently. It's an anti-bully clothing label out in Richmond, Virginia, a youngin' named Lil E. And he's in the magazine. So, you have stories, that are worth reading. So if you know a facility, a juvenile facility, or somebody that's in a halfway house or anything, a rooming home, whatever, a school, real life, a school, please go to Amazon. Please go to Amazon and get that Black Connections magazine. I'm in it, right? These stories are in it. Authentic. And if you get it, let me know you got it. If you're gonna order it, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's color. You know what I'm saying? It's good. And like I said, I know you'll like what you read. And if it's not for you, then send it to somebody on the inside that it may inspire them, that they can do time and come home, man, and succeed. So again, I thank you all. Didn't mean to be as long-winded. I'm walking out here this morning, lots on my mind, but it's going to be okay. You know why? Because the Most High put it in us to make it okay. So as always, I appreciate you all. I thank you all. Please be blessed. Please make time for yourself. Today, the term is self-care. That's a real term. Pamper yourself, spoil yourself, treat yourself if no one else does. You stay strong out there. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Y'all take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.